Hello, 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 and welcome to my third and final cast for the day. And it will be a NGS Division C West series. And I realize I've messed something up before I even go. Let's just open this back up, check for maps. And actually, there's a reason why it's looking a bit weird, as I'll have to go into here, and change this to the correct one of this. Right. We do see we have Trash Pandas versus Knights that go Bork today, as we do have on the left-hand side Trash Pandas. They did ban out Dragon Giant Sky Temple. On the right-hand side of Knights that go Bork, they banned out Ultrac Pass and Cursed Hollow, leading us to actually see that a lot of the bigger maps were banned out, actually all three big maps were banned out for the NGS pool, as well as Dragon Giant. So that led us to Battlefield of Eternity. Right, without further ado, let's actually click on this, and get into the game. I forgot to actually check if teams are on the right sides, because sometimes when people get only replays casted, they weren't getting live casted, they get a bit sloppy with how they position themselves. Right, I'm going to click on this, make sure this squad is on the right side, and we are indeed, as we do see on the left-hand side of Trash Pandas, an offlane ETC, Xeno Ender on the ETC, Cortezel on the... Oh, God. Malfurion. GG Valera? On the Grey Man. Zanaya on the Imperius and Obelisk on the... Oh, okay, I'm seeing what's happening here. On the Blaze. A lot of bulk here. Right hand side we see Matlock on the... This feels familiar. We see Matlock on the... Can't remember his name all of a sudden. I've just said it like Varian. We see the actually stun coming out onto the tin on the Crab, and that will be the Phoenix going down first. Silver Spine, the Anduin is saying, and the Kari on the Orb Ming, the Li Ming. Silver Spine was stabbed on the get there, and also Sonya is Yatari. But yeah, we did see actually a very aggressive start from the side of, well, wow, I'm forgetting names, Trash Pandas. I need to double check a few things. Oh, there was a pause. Very nice as Anaya, just making sure to get a countdown there. Very, very good. As Phoenix had just rejoined the game. Very unfortunate stuff. Anaya holding in a very aggressive position. I'm very interested to see it this way around. I'm very interested to see the ETC top. ETC can sustain through a lot. Oh, I see where it is. Anyway. I'm going to scroll down here, just double checking a few more things as I'm just going to send to the camera. Right, I do have things right, it seems like. I'm going to tab, make sure I have the right screens up. Sorry, I have a few things happening in the background. Spear doesn't quite hit anything with an eye, and we do actually see that... We don't actually see Spear build from the Imperius, we do see that percent damage trait. Very interesting considering they do seem to be acting as the main tank almost. That, oh no, Blaze also kind of has that main tank capability as well as the ETC. Speaking of which, we do have Yatare trying to step up into this. Not really finding anything. ETC went that block party at once with that physical armor. Not really much use against the Sonya, but ETC does at least have that E to kind of buff their healing. Help them sustain through all of Sonya. We do see Force through first from the side of Trash Pandas, as they did manage to find that kill early on, giving that slight lead. But yeah, this is a very chill map so far. There's been a kill, but all considering it's been pretty chill at the moment. So I'm going to run through, actually, I'm going to bring that back up, as we do see stacking that Globe talent from Blaze, that new habit. So we see Taunt coming out, have that minion wave that eats a lot of Li Ming's damage, so we aren't quite able to find Zanaya. Other things to note is we do have Phoenix win advanced targeting. Probably not the best pick, all considering you need to hit heroes with that, and if you're kind of racing, there's probably better options. But it does stack up damage at the end if you can fight a lot. And the thing is, well, sure, that wants to fight a lot, and a lot of people will be in melee. There sure will be a bunch of damage coming out from advanced targeting. You don't really want to be in a position where you're in melee against this team. That is a lot of up-close damage with a Greymane to boot, who is also an up-close damage dealer. And yeah, we see that first half of the race go over to the side of Trash Pandas. That Greymane just doing a lot there. Silver Spy stepping up relatively early, no stun coming out yet. We do see a good stun chain coming out from the side of not Knights of Bork. Trash Pandas and I getting relatively low. Will they be able to get out? No, they will not, as that will be the Imperius going down first. Thank you to that Li Ming. But right, the left-hand side Trash Pandas do have to back out here. Sleep Root comes out onto Matlock, however, not much else will happen in that instance. And saying that, like, here's where we see the problem of we don't really have any poke for Trash Pandas to get back in. Once they get kind of zoned out by this kind of, not deathball so to speak, by this blow-up comp of Knights that go Bork, there's much hard step in. Tin, however, went way too aggressive and will actually be able to teleport out, not quite going down. However, Greymane does find them. There's a stun coming out, Greymane goes down next. There's actually a lot of damage out now down from the side Trash Pandas. This is where the Imperius kind of percent damage makes more sense, as they do need that damage kind of finish off kills if they lose that Greymane. However, that will be their first Immortal going over to Trash Pandas. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Right, we do see the Immortal is going top and posturing is happening. We do see the EC once again going bottom. I'm expecting to see a stage dive EC, but I say that, but we've seen Stranger Things. I do think I do think it'll be stage dive, but it could still be the mosh pit just to already just kind of. There is a lot of lockdown on the side of Trash Pandas. If they can get that stun chain up, that mosh will essentially be free, and that's what you want to see. Speaking of free, that was a free tower already taken down. Tanai getting that spear out. We do see a second tower going down as well as the gate. This is a decent amount of pressure from this first Immortal. Matlock in a very aggressive position. Doesn't quite find a taunt onto anyone, but is zoned out. Tin once again having to back out using that teleport. They've been going down quite a bit in this game. There's an excellent taunt onto Cortezel, but however it wasn't much of a follow-up. Obelisk going relatively lower than half health. Malfurion trying their best to keep him alive, and that will be the Knights of Go Bork. Trash Pandas that back off as Knights of Go Bork just look a bit better out of that engagement. Bottom lane, yep. We see it happening. We do indeed see it happening as this top camp is being taken by not Trash Pandas, Knights of Go Bork. Taunt comes out, root follow up. There'll be a sleeper onto them, Zanaya gets out, and there'll be a triple sleep for the side of, well, at least for Malfurion. That Emerald Dreams is such a good talent. It helps zone so much. It makes things much more difficult to press into. And actually, bottom, we do see Greymane came down. Yeah, today it gets bounced out by Xeno Ender, and that will be that camp once again going over to the side of. Well, this will be this camp going over to the side of Trash Pandas. Well, man, push happening up here. Time for the best siege. I think Li Ming should do a reduced siege if you ask me, but that is a me opinion. My opinion, I found out on many occasions, is wrong, as we do see that there is an excellent taunt coming out to Zanaya eating a lot of damage. Tin has to get pulled out. GG Valera is going in without their front line. However, will eventually choose to not go in too hard. We do see just now that there is going to be that patience for Tin, the patience for Immortals. Ooh. Sorry, I'm going to have a big stretch. It's been a long day of casting already. Apparently, I'm not used to doing 3 games in a row. That's correct, because I only usually do 1 game and call it a night. But yeah, we see camps coming out roughly the same time. Maybe a bit in favor for the blue team, but in the end it doesn't matter, as we do see Tins coming through first from the side of Knights that go Bork. I'm going to zone all the way out so you can see what is happening on the race. We do see go for throat from Greymane. Twilight Dream for Malfurion. Now, Combustion Gamers for the Blaze. Wrath of Anguirus for the Imperius, which I wasn't expecting to see. And we do see a stage dive from EC. Speaking of stage dive from EC, it lands directly on top of the enemy team. That's an excellent stun combo. The Sleep Root keeping people else to the end. We did hear the Imperius try to get that grab off, however was interrupted to put on that 10 quarter. Matlock in a very awkward position. That is an excellent laser beam from Tin. Finding 3 people with that, what was most people call meme beam, but it's actually called Planet Cracker, and that'll be EC going down soon after, as that, oh, Edwin died to the combustion damage. And that is a, Li Ming, I'm sorry, but I did actually catch that on camera. And that was an excellent fight from the side of, oh god, Knights that go Bork. That Planet Cracker got so much value there. Speaking of Tins, we do also see the Anduin went that light bomb. Wrath of the Berserker from the Sonya. Also, I'm going to point out that this is going down to the book camera here. Repulsion. wave of force from the Li Ming, something that can interrupt this melee comp quite a bit from the side of Trash Pandas, and we do see that Varian did get his heroic talent at 4 of Taunt. We see this now pushing in once again, as we're getting this. Currently, red side of Knights Go Bork is winning these objectives quite comfortably in a lot of instances. We see this fort is... Actually no, first one went over to Trash Pandas, what am I on about? But Knights Go Bork is kind of just catching up here and starting to get away with a lot more things. We just see that stun, and actually a lot of good stun train coming out. That's a good silence from the Malfurion, however that will already be the dog down. But yeah, that will be the Great Man going down. We just see that Warp Drive picked up, and we do see just a spike going out. A good excellent sleep from the outside of, from the side of the Trash Pandas. Obelisk and Zanaya both missed their stuns, and Matlock should be able to get out now, and indeed they do. Right, let me just remember to do things properly. Pull up this, get rid of... I've gone to Grey Man. Dog. Anyway. Okay, respond. Thank you. There we go. Sorry about that brief little technical hiccup. I was just struggling with my keyboard apparently. Matlock stepping up quite early on. We do see that Sonya has split from team, but we did see that there was two top. And I believe that the red team know that they want to try to use this. Malfurion managed to step up and go the safe way. Zanaya spears early, doesn't quite find anything unfortunately. Obelisk does still have their stun up. So Matlock getting pressured out a little bit, not quite able to step up, as we do see that fire and that oil just being thrown down, and make sure that he wasn't able to get too much value out of that camp. In saying that, front wall is still down for that bottom keep. So next Immortal currently will be going through here if the red team win it, and through here if the blue team win it. We do see a 5-man top now, so it should be interesting to see what they do here. They do still have that talent tier advantage. No, Varian is just kind of vibing in this bush over here. And chooses to back out, seeing that their Bruiser camp is 20 seconds off. Be interesting to see what they decide to do with their time here. And just kind of seems to be waiting around. I would have liked to see a bit more aggression, considering that the side of, oh, I'm stretching when you're meant to be with a mouse, but the side of Trash Pandas had yet to get their 13s. It looked like we'll be just straight to racing immediately. Yep. Oh, Sonya gets tossed back into the blue team. That's a spear coming out to them. That should be a stun follow-up. She's stun hitting that. There's a taunt in that meme beam. GG Valeria getting quite low. Grab comes on to the Varian. That isolation, that Wrath of Anguirus, I should probably call it. Matlock gets hit by that. Does get the light bomb onto him, however, will be going down first. And this is where problems will start to arise. That damage is just a bit overwhelming. That'll be the Anduin going down next. That'll be Yatade getting relatively low. I wonder how this changes when 10 gets to 16, where they get that percent damage. They teleport in there, something I would probably not have recommended happening. They're trying their best to get out, however, that will be the Space Crab of Phoenix going down. Big wave pushing here, I will mention. We do see this aggressive call to clear this Immortal, which, yeah, they're behind of a race. But we may actually see a lot of damage coming onto this keep here and opening up a win condition for the side of Knights Go Bork. Yeah, just halftime show had already been for the Immortals, so this just has to be a full-on race. Yeah, we do see that this fort is going down slowly but surely. Matlock stepping up, getting the taunt onto Zanaya. Zanaya be able to get out. Dashes back in and gets hit by the Li Ming, or Li Ming blinks straight into that root, that silence. Does zone out Valeria. Valeria is getting relatively low, getting hit. We see that orb's going down. Yatade uses that spin to catch up, that move speed bonus, and that will be a triple kill now for the side of Knights Go Bork. And when you are now alone. Yeah, and we see that they are trying to prep this wave, trying to get that pressure on. They've left Phoenix to kind of get that race, but for the most part they're wanting to push into this bottom, guaranteeing that the Immortal will go top. Imperius is just respawn, know it. Again, we just see the Phoenix racing, but there's no real rush. Zanaya is looking for the stun, decides not to. Yatade just they wait away. A little bit of rhyming for you. Now we see this camp being taken. They will see this camp is still off the map as camp's being taken while objectives are going. Do show for a while. However, this objective does have a while to even get to that top keep. There's a decent split here. ETC in a very awkward position. Matlock does actually get some time, gets a taunt off. That will be Matlock going down. That'll not be Matlock going down, that'll be the ETC going down. Zanaya spears into the enemy team. Tin manages to dash away in time. That is a pull onto Ikari. Ikari unfortunately will still go down to the tower shot. Zanaya getting the spear off onto Matlock, getting relatively low themselves, getting hit by that taunt, getting hit by that thing. There's an excellent stun. Silence. It's Twilight Dream coming out. There's a lot coming out. A lot of bumps being pushed. However, that will not be quite anyone going down there. Zanaya doing their best to stay alive with that auto build. However, they will have to back out as they die. Meanwhile, we did see the Phoenix going down for this. Say that this Immortal's been pushing the whole time. Got that front gate, getting this keep. There'll be a 2-for-1 in favor of the side of Trash Pandas. In saying that, that is not in favor in terms of they lost a keep. That is all four buildings really up for the side of Knights That Go Bork compared to none of Trash Pandas. I keep saying, yeah, is it Pandas? Do I just have it down wrong? Is it just Trash Panda? Is it Trash Pandas? I can check this. It is indeed Trash Pandas. I have it right. Go me. Woo! Greyman Obelisk taking this top camp while the bottom 4-man of Knights That Go Bork are taking... Well, the 4-man of Knights That Go Bork taking bottom. Looks like that this Bruiser camp is off. They may make a play for it. No, maybe not a play. It's not really a play, but they may just go for it considering it is up and something to do. But no, it looks like they want to pressure the side of Trash Pandas. Varian being very aggressive positioning. I would like to see maybe going a bit earlier. Zanaya getting a W to dismount them. I'd like to see just a taunt. Yep, there's a taunt. A lot of damage coming out, and that will be the Blaze, not Blaze going down first. Imperius going down first, quickly followed by the Li Ming. There's a little bit of damage down. However, Cortez doing their best to stay alive. We see that Twilight Dream came out, meant they weren't able to get locked down. It was stopped. Yatade trying their best to escape that Blaze Combustion. Blaze Combustion hits, however, it does not really do much more as Yatade is out. Each time they do... I feel like I'm getting a lot of information that I probably shouldn't usually see. But there you go. They have a plan now. Watch out for it. We do see a lot of CC on the side of... on the side of Trash Pandas, so they should be able to interrupt it in theory. Just the positioning of Phoenix has been very good thus far. And if we look at Cortezal did actually go the cleanse. They just need to be a bit more on it with cleansing that taunt out, especially if they know that Phoenix has Meme Beam up. Or Planet Cracker as it's actually called, I suppose. Matlock now in a very dangerous position, gets pulled out by the Anduin and is saved from all the CC that was coming Matlock's way. I'm going to zoom out for this. That's just wrong button entirely, Oliver. No line boss. We do see just race happening now. We see that it's pretty even, but in saying that, Trash Pandas did have an lead coming into this, and it was quickly diminished by Knights That Go Bork. Once again, we do see an aggressive fostering now as we actually going to zoom in. Matlock is a bit out of position, gets hit by 3 stuns in a row. That will be the meme game coming out. However, no taunt combo this time, so it was just used to split the enemy team. Did so very effectively. Matlock is in a very awkward position. They will be going down first. Xeno Ender is very low as well. GG Valeria, we do see going down low. Twilight Dream was used here. Gopher is still up. There's Li Ming going down. Li Ming does manage to blink out actually. And that will be the Greyman going down. That is a lot of race and damage potential down from the side of Knights That Go Bork. Tin now in a very awkward position, having to kind of retreat into the blue side of the map. Spear falls a bit short. We see a backdoor attempt happening from Tin. Tin going in, shooting it down, and that will be a GG. And map 1 goes over to the side of Knights That Go Bork with a cheeky little back cap. Very unfortunate stuff. Right, let me throw it over to the game summary screen before I accidentally click the wrong button. And I'll bring this up into stats. Very comfortable healing from Malfurion and Anduin. Malfurion had a lot of big boys to heal up. Anduin just... So they did have a 55k healing over the Anduin. I did like the combo of Taunt into Planet Cracker. It definitely blew up a lot of his stuff. But the CC chain from Blaze Imperius ETC was a lot to deal with. However, it was just not quite enough, as we did see the game go over to that back, not even really backdoor attempt, but the core got too low from the Catters, and Phoenix just decided to end. Very good shot, very good presence of mind. No, very good awareness by the side of Knights that go Bork. Because I know a lot of people under that situation would just tunnel vision the fight and just kind of forget about the rest of the map. But yeah, other than that, we did see a bit, again, once more, we look at these maps, and every time we see this triple bruiser, kind of triple frontline type comps, it ends up going in favor of the team with a more standard comp. But yeah, we'll get back to that. But yeah, there's really not much else to say, but I do like that this comp comes out and wonder if we'll see it again. To quickly look at talents, here you go. If you're interested in trying any of these builds yourself, this is the options. But anyway, I'm going to throw it to a quick break, and we'll as we set up the next map. I really forgot to change scenes again, huh? I got a call right at the end and it really threw me off. Good work, me. Anyway, I'm not even going to bother going to the map view screen now. I'm just going to chuck it to the in-game screen. As we do see, map 3 is indeed Volskaya. Right, let me push play on this and we shall get going into this map 2. Did I say map 3? Map 2. Map 2 is Volskaya. I haven't even clicked. Wow, I really got thrown off by that one phone call. Sorry about that. GG Valeria says, good luck, have fun. And we do get a nice trade of good luck, have funs from both sides. Why am I getting pinged? I will never know. Right, let me actually make sure I get things right, because this one, this. And right, we have on the left-hand side of Trash, Pandas, GT Valeria on that, Asmodan, Cortezal on Ant, Ufa, Obelisk on May, Cortezal, Zanaya on Vala, and we do see in bottom lane that Xeno Ender on Vidahaka. Top lane we do see, back in the format, we see Tin on the Nazebo, that bright Silver Spy on that Decade, Yasure on that, not May, Gazlo, Matlock on Joanna, and Ikari on the Tassadar. There's an excellent stun coming out from Matlock at first. There's just a lot of pressure coming out in general from the side of Knights that go Bork. However, that will be Vala going down first. I haven't even looked at what Vala is yet, but all I know is Vala did go down. Vala is that W build, so at least not losing any Gambit stacks out of it. I do love Ufa solo heal, but I just wonder if this is the map for him. It's a lot of, you need a lot of sustain on some of these objectives, but Ufa isn't necessarily known for the sustain he can bring to a team fight. Geez, that was weird to look at. In terms of stacking, in terms of stacks, we have Colossiny at 1, Wave of Light at 4, Wave of Light for the Ufa, Fire at Will for Vala. On the right hand side for Knights that go Bork, we have that Spider build that everyone's been seeing, and Laws of Hope from Joanna. Should really learn what this is called. Widowmakers. There you go. Widowmakers. Fortification camp being taken by the side of Knights that go Bork. Getting early on that camp rotation, we do see it just coming on now by the Zanaya, Cortezal, and Xeno Ender. Oh, not Cortezal, but Xeno Ender at least. I see this camp being quickly taken down. Well, not quickly, but inevitably being taken down. Yeah, today just cleaning up that mid. We really have a lack of people just kind of taking care of bottom at the moment. It's kind of sad to see. May is using Blizzard. Okay. Blizzard in 4 seconds. We're going to see it, May. And there's a Blizzard. Ah! Love a telegraph. But anyway, we do see just a lot of buttons being pushed again. Not really much happening. Just a lot of aggressive posturing, I'd like to call it. active posturing. I'm going to call it active posturing, where ability is being used, but nothing is really happening. That is my new term. I hope you like it. But we do see, like, generally you used to see Joe and Asmodan being that general combo for clearing waves to get Asmodan stacked. But here we just see the Blizzards being used in place of Joanna. Suck, because we do see the Blizzard coming out, Dunk coming out. A bit late of a Dunk maybe, as it missed a couple minions. But we do see the general idea coming out of get wave low with Blizzard, finish off with Asmo. So yeah, I do like that kind of how they're playing this Asmo comp. Asmo, however, just goes for a dry Dunk there. Matlock being slowly pressured down. Don't do a Vala, don't clear that, your Asmodan needs it. Your Asmodan's messing around top, however, so it doesn't matter. Just see, we're getting a bit staggered here with how we're using abilities and such, as GG Valeria is just not quite on the same page as the LI team. We do hear this objective is getting contested, just getting flipped both ways by both teams. Valera, is good to see you. I hope you're doing well this evening. Welcome to the cast. I know it's an older game, but at least everyone try to get cast around. Actually, for saying that, Valera is getting jumped onto by the three other people of the red team. Gets very low, however, does manage to get out, escaping Knights that go Bork. And we'll have to half there. Obelisk going in, coming in a bit late to save Valera, but unfortunately they got out themselves. 10 not quite getting that wall off on Cortezal, so Cortezal does back out safely. Zanaya getting relatively low, and that will be a Gazlo starting to zone people out. Good tongue off by Xeno Ender, followed up with a stun by Cortezal. Matlock eating a decent amount of damage under these towers, however, will not be able to go any further, will not be taken down. We see Asmodan pick up. We see Sevens are coming in for both sides now. It should be interesting to see where we go, as this objective is still getting channeled by the side of Knights that go Bork. I forgot this map was in the NGS rotation. So I'm just like watching it happening, like, oh yeah, it is here, because it's no longer in Storm League. So I'm always curious when they're like, oh, why is this map being played? I'm like, oh yeah, right, it is an NGS. Xeno Ender's getting pressured down by Spiders. Cortezal a bit struggling to keep up with all the damage coming out. May gets a boop onto 10. 10 gets stunned by Ufa, but not quite the May Blizzard. Getting relatively low. GG Valera is staying in a very awkward position, but Obelisk has had to back out as well. As the side of blue is low for both health and mana, and actually that'll be Naz taking out the Haka at first. Cortezal managing to dodge that wall. Naz not quite hitting the spiders, Cortezal dodging the Dorito, and that will be them out safely. Very aggressive potion over here. I'd like to see someone try pick it up, but I don't think it's a good idea. Cortezal pushes up, does get pushed back out by Yate, and that will be... They've just tried their best just to dodge all the abilities, and actually they're doing very well for it. I'm yawning, I'm sorry. Apparently I'm a tired boy. A very, very tired lime bus. Oh, tired bus, if you will. We do see GG Valeria. I don't know how to actually say your name. I keep saying it, but I'm not sure. We do see Joanna getting stunned there, does pop the Iron Skin to get out. The Hakatung does unfortunately not quite hit anything, as that will be a lot of zoning. For zoning potential, that's unfortunate. I guess I'm going to jail. We do see that there's a lot of zoning actually happening from the side of Trash, Pandas, and we just getting this back and forth. Cortezal getting rooted and stuck in the zombie wall, and will go down to those spiders. This should be a disengage now, as Zenai actually gets hit. 10 going down next, actually this evens things up a lot, however. Of course. Valera. Okay, Valera. I could try to remember that. The thing to remember here is when Ufa dies, he does have that ghost form, and that ghost form actually buffs his hit. He's stronger in that ghost form in terms of straight healing numbers as opposed to the normal form he is in. Zenai getting relatively low. GG Valera also getting relatively low as they just decide to back out. That Tassadar Circle's not quite finishing them off. Obelisk, you're the one holding the objective here. No, we see Xeno Ender drop. I remember why I remember your team now. I called Xeno Ender Xenomorph last time I casted you. But yeah, we do see Xeno Ender stepping onto the point. And that will be the first objective over to the side of Trash Pandas. With the... Interesting to let the Valera in there, especially when she needs to be the one to kind of stack up. It'd be much more... No, actually it makes sense. I would rather see maybe the May in the gunner seat. but we do see it this way. Xeno Ender getting a tongue onto the map lock, GG Valeria joining them, and they actually just 10 out both team. Excellent combo by the Gaz into the sleep. That is isolation coming out onto Deckard. Xeno Ender trying their best to escape, however that will be the D-Shield coming out, saving Xeno Ender, and actually Tin is stopped in their tracks, taking a bit too much damage, and that will be a dunk from Valira taking out the Joanna. May did get out of the objective in the end and pushing into it. Should be one light. Yeah, no, by no means never healer, but I'm interested it's that way around. But yeah, it did end up working out, so show us what I know. But yeah, good stuff from the side of Trash Pandas, just kind of make sure objective. Unfortunately, they didn't quite get well through all of that, but they did manage to keep everyone alive. Yeah, they did manage to keep everyone alive while taking out one in the process, more importantly. That D-Shield was well timed, keeping that Space Yoshi. I forget his name sometimes. If you want to learn anything about my stream, I will forget names about characters and call them something entirely wrong, like Dahaka, Space Yoshi. Ufa telling us Divine Shield Stomp. I will never forget Ufa. He is essentially what I am. I look like Ufa, and if you ever want to find out, just message me, you'll find out. But yeah, we do see just camps once again being taken here. It's GG Valira just once again just getting that soak, getting that dunk, and we do see those waves getting deleted. So that should mean that we are past that 200 mark. Yep, deleting waves with just that Tide of Sin. So this is this. As we're getting relatively stacked, looking back in the middle, we do see Akari does have to back out. Akari did go that W build with Cyan Fusion build. Something I haven't picked up much in Doocy. Doocy played a bit more now, but I just prefer that Q burst. Otherwise, things to note, we do see Naz did finish out Spider build. Wave of Light is getting close to finish, and we do see that bonus damage on fire at will. Meanwhile, this camp's being taken. Good stuff. We're getting a lot more map discipline from the side of Trash Pandas, it seems, this game as opposed to last. As now we do see, actually, if I look at... Is it this? No, this. Yes. We see Merc. They got a bit more experience from mercenaries as well as minions itself. Just in general, they're winning a bit more in terms of the experience gain. Both Mercs and minions. So yeah, their map presence has been a bit better this game compared to the last one. However, we are still relatively close. It is nothing to sneeze at. It's still a less than 1 level difference in total. We do see... Yesterday was considering pushing up onto here maybe, but nope, they just help clear the camp. Meanwhile, we just have a general kind of safe kind of push around us. Get a little bit of poke here and there. That active posturing, as I like to call it. That sounds so dumb. But we do see Blizzard Shield coming out onto the May getting slept and rooted. Actually uses Unstop there. As we did see both the... I think I would like to see that D Shield a bit earlier, as May is already too low for Roof to really considerably get back in the game. There's a good stun coming out to Yasuda. Yasuda does use that Graver Bomb. There's a 1-for-1 Gazlo being traded out for Vala. Xeno Ender trying their best to stay on that lock. However, they will get dropped on by that Ravenous Spirit. Ravenous Spirit did get cancelled by the May. However, that will be the May going down next. Silver Spy not quite in the danger circle. However, we do see them going down. Our rotation needs to get better if we're going to get better. Oh, that's the thing about everyone. Everyone has some way they think they can improve. And actually this game, your rotations from the blue team have been a bit better compared to the Knights that... Sorry, I should really say Team Knights. The rotations from Trash Pandas have been a bit better than Knights that go Bork. Especially with that May kind of harassing this aggressive area. But yeah, there still needs to be just a bit tighter from both sides. We are missing Soak here and there, as I've noticed. And even there, we do see, like, if you want to go into... If you don't mind me saying this, Valira, like, even there, just a little bit of patience with the orb as the wave was crashing, because it was a bit too early with it. But it's alright because you do have that purple talent up. You do have the globe up early enough. But yeah, here we see this wave getting slowly poked down once again. And we see the 5-man already up here for the side of Knights to go Bork, while Trash Panda is just kind of waiting for that Dahaka to come in. And it looks like actually they'll probably be waiting for 16s to come through. Very good patience here from the side of Trash Pandas. Actually, that was a good ice wall to set things off, but that just counter engage of abilities just kind of stop things going in. There is a very low Akari. Akari walks straight into the Blizzard as they weren't able to see it. Thank you to that isolation. So, you know, Ender dodging the stun. Chichi Valira and Zanaya pushing up a lot without their front line. Actually, Cortezal... Actually, I say that, but Cortezal is a frontliner essentially, as Ufa does have those stuns up May, stopping Tin from doing too much more. And that will be the Gazlo going down next. Tin goes down shortly after, and that will be an excellent fight from the side of Trash Pandas. But once again, with permission of going a bit more into this, we do see some interesting positioning by both backlines, getting a bit aggressive compared to their frontliners. But yeah, Dahaka is an excellent tank in a short run, as well as we did see that Ufa use Benediction to get that double stun out onto the Gazlo, taking them down. And we'll see that is the top fort going down now to the side of Trash Pandas, making it so they finally have... Actually, we're 12 minutes in, and that is the first building fully going down. Impressive stuff. We're in a 7-5 kill game, and we do see this objective being taken. Not objective. We see objective, yes, being taken, but it can't being taken by the side of Trash Pandas, and just, yeah, it's being scouted by the Oracle. Okay. Good to know. It's working out very well so far. I'm very curious. This map never seems to be a fantastic Dahaka map, in my opinion. I always question Dahaka when it comes to these maps. It's a bit light in terms of bushes, but it is working out currently. We'll see how it goes, as I like going into each of these series blind. I do not know how this is going to turn out. I'm just a real big fan of Ufa, so I saw Ufa and decided to support. I was maybe a bit biased towards Ufa, so I'm like, yeah, let's go Trash Pandas Ufa. That is made using Ice Block to make sure they do not get hit by the stun there. That Grab Bomb comes out, hits two of them. However, Zombie Wall and the awkward geometry of the map makes it a bit more awkward. We see Ufa use his T-Shield himself. There's a double kill over to the side. A triple kill actually over to the side of Trash Pandas. Quad kill as Naz is soon to follow at the end. Be interesting to see whether they decide to do here. I would actually like to see a core push here, but we'll see how it goes. It looks like Ufa will be the one walking up this objective, after I was so kindly told that never the healer gets in the objective. I just want to point that out. I'm looking at you, Twitch chat. But we do see this Protector starting to march onto the Knights that go Bork. And that will be... This is the first objective going down very quickly, and that will be the keep going down. Well, interesting to see what happens here, as we do have respawns coming through now. Yeah, we do see that Trash Pandas decide to go elsewhere with the Protector. Yeah, I like this call. I like to see this going down and then rotate and taking down this bottom well, at least bottom well. But hopefully the fort as well. I don't know, this Ufa is doing remarkable. I can't see the name moment. I want to say the healer's name. But the healer's doing actually remarkable this series, and we're going to keep it going. Matlock is actually stepping a bit out of position, as we do see the Punisher stepping up. Hitting Punisher? Protector stepping up and stopping that wall. Excellent tongue coming out onto Silver Spy. Silver Spy does get hit by that ice wall. May combo coming out. Actually, that is Gravo to counter stun it. And that will be the mech taking out the Deck first. Matlock getting very low in the process. Tin also. Not quite finding the spiders onto anyone. Isolation wasn't the Gazlo, as I just saw. However, not quite finding anyone. Thank you, it is Cortezal. I was going to see it eventually, but Healer is... Healer works in a pinch. In saying that, I do see there is a Healer main on another team in another division, but it is what it is. Laserbeam not quite finding anything, but that will be Mech going down to time itself. Zombie wasn't quite finding anything. Are we going to see a continue push it? Yep, we do see that. Not demonic invasion, but the demon boys coming out from Trash Pandas, just allowing that extra pressure. Zanaya getting hit by that fort, and this fort is just slowly going down. Cortezal gets the double stun with a benediction out to 10. However, there is no follow-up for it, and that will be this next keep going down. At this current point in time, I do not see Trash Pandas has got a level 20 advantage, 3 levels advantage over the side of Knights to go Bork, and they do not seem to be letting up on the pressure. Obelisk does, oh god, I'm doing the wrong thing. Does find the ice on someone. It doesn't quite find anything. We do see that sleep. I'm wondering whether this sleep should be thrown in here every time that we do see that coming out. It seems like a bit of a waste around the Gravo. Sure, it does kind of follow up on Gravo and make it so they can't escape, but it seems almost like a waste of like a heroic, really. But speaking of heroics, we did actually have Storm Talents come through. We do see that Pride coming through from the Azmodan. Oh, I like Divine Protection actually here from Ufa. It's one of my favorite talents on him. Well, that and Divine, the D-Shield AoE talent. Shatter from May, the Farflight Quiver from the Vala, and Isolation upgrade of Contagion on the Dahaka. We do see this support camp being taken by the side of Knights of Bork. Good play considering they did see where the 5-man of Trash Pandas were. We're getting a ping here for turret. People for getting turrets. Good stuff, good stuff. Tesla should have went Archon. I am inclined to agree, but we'll see where this goes. The map isn't over yet, so it should be interesting. Don't get me wrong, it is a definitely good disengage tool, but I haven't really seen Black Hole being used as often as it should. We do see Cortez or pop the Benediction there, and that will be a first stun out on the Cortez. That'll be a second stun, third stun, fourth stun. That was 4 stuns in a very short amount of time, and that was the Gazler going down first. That removes a lot of the combo potential. That is the damage wall coming out from Ikari, that electric fence. The spiders are a bit slit. That is an excellent ice wall by Maeve. This looks like it will be the Ikari going down. I would like to see Black Hole coming out now. That is an excellent Black Hole. Actually almost had a very good combo with Tin following it with the Ravenous Spirit. However, Tin was interrupted and was not able to kill. There seems to be a bit of tunnel visioning here. I would just like to see actually Trash Pandas end here, but they are just kind of running down the enemy team, and we do actually see the Lyra and Xeno Ender did actually start ending yet. We do see the end call finally coming through now. The tunnel vision is over. They are starting to melt the core, and actually is going down relatively quick. But yes, we'll get back into that in a second as the core is hitting 40, 30, and this is still all 5 members up. D-Shield comes out on the Vala, and that will be the game. Going over to the side of Trash Pandas, making it a 1-1 at this current point in time. I'm going to make sure I click this now, make sure I go to the right screen, click this, and right, let's actually get into these comps a bit more. We do see that, I do like to start with healing. Ufa did actually stay in front of the Decade. Something very impressive for an Ufa to do. Ufa isn't known as the best healer by any means, but they do bring a lot of utility when it comes to their armor and the CC they bring, which we did see pay off in quite a few times. Other than that, we did see excellent siege from definitely the Asmodan. Asmodan actually doing a lot of soak gained as well as siege throughout all this game. And we did see just the team fight, the Mei combo of just Ice Wall into that Blizzard did do a lot more than what could have been from the side of Knights at Go Bork. But yeah, as being pointed out by Valira, Ufa is definitely excellent with a high self-sustained team, and with things such as Mei with that Ice Block, is it called Ice Block? I don't know, and Dahaka with their own kind of trait and adaptation. They didn't go adaptation, but their trait definitely helps supplement the healing. Sure, Vala and Asmodan don't have the best self-healing in terms of Asmodan, but doesn't have amazing self-healing in terms of Vala. Definitely did try to keep up. I do like that I have is known that I love Ufa. So I do like being told more about Ufa. I'm like, yes, go on, feed me the Ufa power. But yeah, it was pointed out by the chat that Tassadar did go Black Hole. Well, yeah, it can make sense in a lot of instances. Black Hole is a very good disengage tool, but we already saw Mei and Dahaka kind of counter-engage heroes almost. So that Tassadar Black Hole kind of didn't really fit kind of what they were going into, and didn't really work with the combo potential that they had. Sure, we did see later in the game that the Black Hole and the Ravenous Spirit could actually work together quite well. It didn't really find purchase as Nazeebo was just getting knocked out of their ult a bit too often by Obelisk on Mei. Other than that, the other thing just to note is, I'm getting real nitpicky here today, is Decade kept using his sleep whenever Gaz used Gravo, and that is a stun followed up by a stun, so probably a bit of miscommunication, maybe a bit of a misjudged kind of quote-unquote combo, but at the end of the day, that's how the cookie crumbles, and that will be the map going over to the side of Trash Pandas. I'm going to quickly show you talents. The only things I have a few things to note here, and that would be, first of all, the Dahaka went the Gambit talent. Not something you see too often, does make sense in quite a few comps, but that they did lose the stack. You do usually see the tongue auto attack to reduce tongue cooldown, and that may have been better, but too hard to tell with hindsight, as we did see value at least coming off that tongue. Other things to note is we saw actually, for once, rubies were not picked up. We did see both sapphire and emerald. I love these talents. I wish I'd see even more. However, this may have not been the best map to showcase them, especially into something such as an Ufa. Ufa already has low healing. The armor is really what gives him a lot of that value, so it kind of diminishes Emerald's utility. Sapphire, very good on the other hand. Other than that, Black Hole was the other thing to note. Otherwise, yeah, pretty straightforward things. Right, I'm going to throw it to a quick break while I set up the next map. I'll be back very shortly. That keep forgetting to change the scene! That's a very weird looking tomb. It is indeed. Infernal Shrines. As I did already have a map set up, and as you can hear, we are already into that Infernal game. As I remember to push my buttons correctly, because I've apparently been forgetting this last game, I'll swap this on over. And on the left hand side of Trash Pandas, we do see Xeno Ender once, this time on the Sonya. GG Valira on the Esmedan once again, Zanaya on the Kalephis, Obelisk on the Joanna, and Cortezel on the Speedy Boy himself. Oh gosh, what is his name? Lucio. On right hand side of Knights That Go Bork, we see Yasuda on the... Man, my brain is just like losing track of heroes. I just saw them up and went, yes. But yeah, we do see Yasuda on the Leoric, Silver Spy once again on the Anduin, Tin on the Chromie, Matlock on the Diablo, and Akari on the Tigers. And we just see the ding, as I believe Valira did get that big dunk on, and we do see it once again coming out. Use a KT play. Okay, so you're definitely a mage player. Got it. It's interesting to see double mage actually on this map. Be interesting to see how this works out. Definitely excellent zone. If we're going to talk about these comps, we do see very good objective control from the side of Trash Pandas. With that obelisk going in, they do have excellent wave clear. They do have excellent clear for it between the Kalephis and the Esmedan. But in general terms of map control, in terms of playing the map and maybe camping, I may actually give it slightly over to Knights That Go Bork. However, we have to see how this goes. The comps don't really need to have a wombo to work though. That's the thing. Neither of these comps really have a wombo. Sure, you have maybe APOC, but there's no true combo on either side, really. The game isn't necessarily about wombos. It is about how well you can play the macro and how well you can secure kills even with just a quick pick or two. But yeah, as I said, may not have a combo potential, but definitely has a shrine control potential. We should see where this goes, however, as camp first goes over to the side of Knights That Go Bork. However, it should say that Trash Pandas don't have that. Aren't too far off from that. Valira a bit out of position, Obelisk stepping up. We do see no dunk coming out. Very aggressive positioning here as we do see Tiger's time to do it. Minigun them down. Actually, looking at it, we do see double blind from Joanna, kind of shutting down a lot of Tiger's main thing of that minigun. Tin a bit out of position, getting caught out by the side of Trash Pandas. They're able to get back out. That boop actually gets them back into danger, and that will be the first kill going over the side of Trash Pandas. Silver Spy getting relatively low as well as Bomb was spread to them on the way out. And that will be, yeah, level 4s over to both sides. As we're just seeing people stepping back into these rotations. Bruiser Camp getting called now is actually the correct call, as we do see at the 2 minute 30 mark. Objective is called, as we do see a... That should be Mortar Punisher, right? It is indeed Mortar Punisher, as we can see by the orange cap. We're about to see a pause, aren't we? Nope, Kalephis has just left the game. Okay. Man, apparently the side of Trash Pandas doesn't care for their Kael'thas player. Nope, there we go. The pause came out just now. Xeno Ender realized they're counting in the wrong chat and had to change it over. Oh, I see someone is very much about to go back and talk to one of their teammates about how they played Kael'thas. Anyway, we do see actually coming along in both terms talents. We do see that Azmodan's already at 70 stacks of Quasny, Kael'thas at 5 of Mana Addicts. At least they didn't go Conviction. And on the right hand side we do see Chromie went that Sand build once again the first time, as well as Master Assassin being taken by this Tychus. Excellent time slot by Chromie, hitting 3 of the members. However, it's only an internal anomaly. It's not exactly the one that gives minus arm or a slow, so a bit questionable whether that was absolutely necessary. This is Zanaya getting a good combo out onto Yasho. Aggressive pings by Cortezal, like it's Cortezal wants this objective done. But as I said, the side of Trash Pandas does have a much easier time once they're on objective, but the comp of Knights That Go Bork has actually got a very good comp to break into this objective, as we do see. Joe maybe is standing a bit too high up in this objective. I like to see them a bit more in the front, making sure that it's much harder for their backline to get dove on. However, we're already at 35 on this objective, so it's very likely to go over to the side of Trash Pandas, as during all this, Leork was soaking and 7s have only just come through for the side of Knights That Go Bork. Right, and that will be the Mortar Punisher coming up. Not the best first one, in all honesty. Probably starts off one of the weakest of the bunch. However, it does scale at 5% per minute with those cannons. This is a very good start for the side of Trash Pandas. Managed to get this front gate while Punisher's already at half health. We may be able to see this kind of well going down as well, and we do indeed see the well go down. Matlock getting jumped by the Punisher once again. That Punisher will be jumping again in another 10 seconds. However, it probably won't live that long, as we do see it taken down. This is actually a lot of structure damage out for just the first Punisher. Maybe it wasn't the worst one to see first, as we did see a lot of it getting taken down. Sure, it's not a frozen Punisher, probably one of the best ones you want to see early game, but it still did a decent amount. Yasude does use that Ray Fork to get out, does manage to dodge a lot of the damage, but still eats a little bit of a living bomb, and these camps will be once again up. We do see that this kind of little bit of damage control happening top. However, I would have probably waited on that, as we do see this wave now is going to die before the waves crash. Leoric checking out the siege camp, making sure no one's in that bottom bush. Good, good. He's playing safe, playing smart, making sure that no one is going to invade into him. Probably waited a bit longer that queue as waves are once again crashing. Right, we see Zanaya DQ once again, as Valira has already pointed out they're not happy with. So I'm just going to point out every time it happens, just see what the opinion. I've clicked on the wrong thing. Going back up here, we do see Zanaya getting collapsed on by the enemy team. As I'm going to have to zoom out as I remember my zoom button. So, hey, zoom button work, thank you. My Z key seems a bit awkward currently. 10 getting relatively low on mana as well. We will have to see this Chromie back up. I'm not repeating that. You see Obelisk that wave clear once again coming in strong. That wave's killed a bit too fast for the Azmodan to get his stacks off of it, but is alright in the end. Xeno Ender getting in a very aggressive position, but that is a bit too late for anything to happen. Zanaya throwing out AE just to make sure no one's there. Right, for heroic talents, we see on the left hand side of Trash Pandas getting very aggressive, actually wanting this gate. I'll say it once, there's a little bit aggression. Okay, we see it backing off. We see gates going down. Joanna and the side of Trash Pandas wanting to look like they still want to push him. We see a well slowly being pestered down. However, not quite going down. That shield just a bit too much for the damage they're putting out. Anyway, we see Titus in for Azmodan. High five Lucio. Actually, speaking of which, we do see Lucio manage to high five out. Does give the unstop onto Kael'thas. However, Kael'thas will go down, dropping their Phoenix in time, but that Entomb just kept him in for slightly too long. Leap coming up from Sonya, another ult that was picked. We do see Falling Sword on Joanna, but Joanna not quite using it yet. That will be just Kael'thas going down really. And Mana Addict's not quite up yet. Right hand side, we do see Light Bomb coming up from the Anduin. Commandeer Odin from Ikari. This actually helps him a lot on that shrine, helping him muscle in and get a decent amount of wave for it. Valira just deleting that wave in front of the gate, helping stifle the push of Knights That Go Bork. Other things to note is we do see APOC from Diablo, which was also used that fight, so it's still on cooldown, and slowing Sands from Chromie. So a lot of actually good zoning now out for this side of Knights That Go Bork once they get on this objective. Both teams have to be on objective before the other to really kind of set up and get what they want done. We do see Slowing Sands happening. Valyra completing that. Gluttony at level 1. Things to note. Master Assassin, 1 stack. Only 1 person has died. Obelisk not quite hitting that shield. You see that wave can destroy. Matlock getting a flip onto Joanna. Joanna popping that Iron Skin so no more stun comes out. We just see Commandeer Odin getting that damage now coming in. Leap coming out, hitting 2. That will be Cortezal racing on up. Obelisk going in, using that falling sword. Matlock getting locked down for long enough. That will be a flame strike hitting Matlock, and that will be them going down to the living bomb. Why is Phoenix used here? I do not know. But anyway, we do see Akari wanting to step back in. Doesn't quite find anything with that grenade. Sure, we're finding a bit more damage with Zanaya, but not really getting too much more. Valyra getting much damage they can, and this kind of making sure this lane is prepped for the Punisher coming in. And it is a frozen Punisher this time, so should be able to get a decent amount off of it. Look, I know it's area control, but no one was there. Only we do see that Camp was actually managed to get pushed out, so we'll be pushing at the same time as this Punisher. Punisher pushing onto the tower already. We do see the first jump coming out, and there'll be Akari being pushed back in. Unfortunately, that Lucio boop may have actually saved the... I can't remember his name or something, but that will be actually Lucio going down as they spam high 5, but unfortunately they did get a bit too aggressive and got pinned to a wall by that Diablo. That's the danger of taking a Lucio into Diablo. Diablo charging and getting the stun onto it. There's actually a lot coming out. Manages to put Valyra out of the range of Light Bomb, however, Valyra will still go down. Obelisk does use that Q to slow people down. 3 men of the team of Trash Pandas are able to get out. Okay. Valyra, I love your enthusiasm. I do actually know how Phoenix works, so just more questioning that why it was used there when none of the enemies were pushing in, you're already up people. Having that, like, yes, I understand why it was used. But anyway, I should not really get competitive. I understand fully why it's used, just in the heat of a moment. I also make decisions such as that in the heat of a moment. You're just going to use abilities like, okay, things are still happening, and just kind of a bit panicky it almost seems on what buttons were used. Oh, no worries, I kind of completely understand that you kind of just... I'm not repeating that one out loud. I know you're just kind of using me almost as a soundboard, and I'm just kind of echoing off it as well. Anyway, we do see Tin and Co kind of still clearing this waves, and I kind of... Leap comes out, hitting the Leoric. Zanaya getting pushed into by Matlock. That is an Entomb coming down. Xeno Ender does use Spear and Spin to get out of it. That will be the Diablo going down first. We do see a good use of Phoenix here, as that will be Silver Spice soon following suit. That will be Chromie following very shortly. Cortez will just running in and finishing off the... I can't remember what the name is. And we see a bottom call called by what I'm assuming is Valyra. Hell, yeah. As I do like that call, actually. I'm very curious as to why they're not going top. If you open up this top lane, you should be able to get an Arcane Punisher straight onto this keep. However, much of a muchness, that is the Auric getting relatively low. However, it's sticking around what feels like a bit too long, that wave getting deleted. We're seeing DQ once again. I'm sure Valyra is sitting here in chat just absolutely losing their mind at these DQs. But we do see that was 16s coming through the side of Knights that go, Trash Pandas. So getting caught a bit under towers. This is bad positioning. Oh, excellent body blocking by Matlock. Matlock pushing them further in. That will be the Leap and the Light Bomb. Not the Light Bomb, the Falling Sword coming down. That is the Orc going down. Tin will also get very low. There's Tin going down to the Gale Fist Bomb. Valyra tries to use Trample to get the kill on someone. Trample doesn't quite finish off Matlock, and Matlock is able to get out. Ooh, dodging the dunk as well, not quite finish off. And yeah, we do see Trample, Rejuvenescer for that % healing. Okay, we're seeing some pretty stand talents out here. Good dunk, getting that bottom keep down. However, we're just seeing now that time is running out, and we do see Leoric is respawning, and Chromie is only 10 seconds off as well. And there is the next Punisher being called. Actually, that doesn't make sense. But we do see it as an Arcane Punisher. I'd like to see this would be purple for the Arcane Punisher, but it's just a little bit nitpicky, and ultimately it doesn't matter. You're going to figure out some Arcane Punisher anyways. You go, oh, okay, mouse on map. It's Arcane. Yeah. And we do see camps now being taken by the side of Trash Pandas, just trying to consolidate their lead, making sure that there isn't too much for Nightset, but make sure there isn't too much that Nightset can Bork to kind of do to catch back up. However, their 16s are throughout for Knights to go Bork, so we'll just briefly show this for anyone who would like to see it. We do see that Knights to go Bork are the first ones going to be able to set up on this objective. 10 feels like they're going to be a bit patient and they're just waiting to use Commandeer Odin, but now we do see the blue side of Trash Pandas showing up. There comes Commandeer, and we do see that is a time stop onto the Anduin. Leap comes out, doesn't quite find anything. Falling Sword, unstop on the Yatade doing as much damage as they can. Feels like an auto attack build. I'm going to quickly check that it is indeed an auto attack build. Madlock to the best stand. However, we did see Leoric fall first. That means there is now a man advantage to Trash Pandas. Trash Pandas did back up there to their well. A few of them just making sure that they can actually continue fighting it relatively. Okay, we're a bit aggressive compared to our tanks here, as I do understand now why there's a bit of anger in the chat. We do see this objective now should be safely going over to the side of Trash Pandas. But in saying that Leoric is 10 seconds off, they're not really using their trait all that often, as they're just choosing to really back out. That may actually be a mistake here, as I wouldn't want to give this up for free at this point, as this will be pushing on to a very low keep as is, and we wonder what Trash Panda's plan is now that we see Leoric is showing mid and no one is showing top. We do see Valira pushing into that wave, getting that dunk on. You're actually getting all but one minion, very good. And as I said, we do see Arcane Punisher. I like to see this fall before Arcane Punisher even gets there. And yet we do see it before Punisher even gets a, well, punch off. So we'll see it come straight into this area. Just DWWQ, man. We will see Jump come out in a few seconds. That is... Oh, there comes Jump. Excellent double stun by the Punisher. That next jump should be around the 14-15 minute mark. For anyone who doesn't know, Punisher jumps every 50 seconds. I sometimes am educational. Not much, as apparently I don't know much about this game, according to me. But otherwise, yeah, we do see Lucio kind of move around to get Matlock into a stun lock. But however, they are pulled out. They did they? Yeah, they went heavy cast. It's a personal favorite talent of mine. But let's go. I'm getting a ... here from the chat. It feels like I'm not attacking anyone on purpose, I promise. Yatade just kind of pushing up, trying to get that... So, keeping vision on the side of onto Trash Pandas. Looking very aggressive rotation here for Lyra. Just getting caught into that Entomb. That will be an A-pot coming out. That trample keeping them alive. That is an excellent falling sword from Obelisk, making sure Valira isn't kind of isn't stun locked by that light bomb. 2 DQs. Yep, I can see that. We do see backing off happening from the side of Knights to go Bork, as this fight went south very quick. Yatade getting hit by that DQ as they're getting very low. Chromie does have to use timeout, but it looks like they still got hit by it anyway, so that is a 90-second cooldown used. Almost pushing up. That dunk's a bit too far, maybe, but hard to tell when you don't have vision on the enemy team, and that will be this middle fort going down. Again, we see 505. We see Flamethrower being picked up. The Ariat Creature being picked up from Sonya. High Five, Mixing Fire being picked up from the Lucio. Falling Swords, Heaven's Fury being picked up from Joanna. And last but not least, Pride being picked up by Asmodan as Asmodan managed to finish off Big Quest. Zanai getting relatively low, getting targeted by that tower. Actually, we're starting to run out of resources on the side of... Well, maybe not all of them, but at least Zanai is running out. And there is a Leap Ariat Crater coming out onto the Joanna. Joanna now getting... Not Joanna, the Sonya. Sonya getting burst down. That is a bad idea by me. I'm sorry about that. Shoddy cam work. Obelisk going back in as they did get a reset on that Falling Sword. Valira didn't actually even hit the Entomb, but even the zoning from the... Not Valira. Yatade did manage to zone Valira and a few in. Sure, not getting the Entomb onto anyone, but managing to lock them into a dangerous place, but not really finishing off. Tin does use that timeout in time. Yatade is now a bit out of position, pushing onto the enemy side, however, does choose to back off pretty quick. We see now that is 2 keeps down for the side of Trash Pandas, as we're seeing a quite dominant kind of map here coming over from Trash Pandas. I'm wondering if they had chosen this map or whether that's the side of Knights to go Bork chose this map. For anyone who doesn't know in chat, I choose actively not to see who chooses map pick or first pick within games, so I don't like spoiling the series for myself, so I don't like... Okay, wait, you chose map pick? You chose the map? Just confirming, yes? Yes to the map? It looks like yes to the map. But yeah, this map has looked to be very put together by the side of Trash Pandas, and it seems to be much more comfortable than the side of Knights of Go Bork. There's an area crater coming out once again. Silver Spy getting a stun out onto the Sonya, and Sonya will actually go down first. Anduin soon to follow this actually. Oh, that's an incredible spread of that living bomb. Matlock and Akari getting very low. Matlock does have to use Hellgate to get out. Akari as well will get out. Chromie wasted as much time as possible with the timeout that the Matlock getting dove on by the Obelisk. Obelisk is able to get the Condemn onto Matlock. Matlock getting very low and going down ultimately to that Phoenix. Matlock, Obelisk is frozen under the core, but will be able to get out. There's big red button from the side of Akari. Akari trying the best, and that was also a buried alive I saw from the Leoric. Matlock has also returned as they had a full soul stone. However, they are out of souls currently, and that will be Yatade backing off. Interesting to see that the side of Trash Pandas has decided to be a bit more passive here. They decided to back off half. They are out of resources, I'm saying this, so they do need to back off ammo. We do see that is a Frozen Punisher coming up now. We do know that Trash Pandas needs to really be on this early. Trash Pandas basically need to get a head start on this because, well, we do see 20s now are through for Knights that go Bork. However, they are still missing a lot of key cooldowns, such as that Commandeer, Odin, and Apoc is not up for a few more seconds still. And saying that they've only just respawned, we're already 20 through that Punisher, the Punisher's Shrine, so we're just... Essentially, Knights that go Bork need to fight here. They need to get this objective, because if the side of Trash Pandas get it, it will very likely be game, unless there is a good team wipe. That is the Sonya caught first. Sonya is actually unstopped through it, thanks to that Joanna Falling Sword, Heaven's Fury. We just see Cortez was going wild, trying to get a high five out of Ariat Crater, but however, Ariat Crater doesn't have any holes on the side, and that will be this objective going over to the side of Trash Pandas. We need to see Knights that go Bork get as much damage on this as possible. Tin is actually getting outrun by the Azmodan. Azmodan is slowly catching up. Tin drops the sands himself. They're going to have to wait up full time. They're dead as soon as they get out of this because the Punisher jumps on Tin. That is Tin down for the count, and that will be one early pick. That's very unfortunate timing. As you see everyone pushing on now, Jojo does use that Falling Sword, Heaven's Fury, getting onto that backline. That is an excellent condemn. As well as Akari gets leapt on, and that will very likely be, that is the Tychus going down. Big red button does actually find both Xeno and Obelisk there, however this core is already falling, and this will likely be it for this side of Trash Pandas. We see Trample coming out once again, and actually there's Valira going down. No, not going down, getting very low. Yase actually does take him down at the end. And that will be a GG being called by Zanaya, followed up by Matlock and Valira. And that will be map 3. And the series going over to Trash Pandas in a reverse sweep fashion. I nearly clicked the wrong side. I want to click this, and where is my game summary screen? Over here. It was a very good series indeed. It was very back and forth. First two maps, both Trash Pandas and Knights that Bork did trade up maps pretty well, but we'll actually talk about this map first before we get into the actual series. This map definitely did look a lot more practiced by Trash Pandas compared to Knights that go Bork, and we did see it pay off in the end. Lucio did a lot of healing, 111k, but that was with Rejuvenecia as Azmodan, big boy, Joanna, big boy, Sonya, big healthy boy. They're all big healthy boys. I don't care what they actually are, but they are big boys. So yeah, that Rejuvenecia doing a lot in Kael'thas. Doing actually a lot of damage ultimately, even with someone in my chat who was coincidentally on their team complaining about how they played Kael'thas. We did see actually pretty even share of kills across the board. On the left-hand side, we did see Anduin doing a decent amount of healing, especially with Light Bomb instead of that Hollywood Salvation we have seen a lot recently. Leoric doing a lot of soak, actually keeping them in the game. Keeping them in the game, even with their deaths, they're kind of hemorrhaging for a little bit. But all in all, I saw a lot of good stuff. As I said, once that Trash Panda's gone into the objective, they're quite hard to dislodge. And even once they're dislodged, they still had the poke to clear out the objective, as we did see with that final Punisher. One dunk from Azmodan meant that the Frozen Punisher went over to Trash Pandas. In saying that, I did like Knights that go Bork comp. They had very good engage, and they were able to actually get on top of and kind of break apart that kind of bulkiness that Trash Pandas had. And Tychus bringing in Commandeer Odin was a very good play, especially for the objective. Anyway, I'll have a brief look at talents, just showing everyone what was picked, what was picked up, what was kind of thrown about. Only things, and I'll point out anything that stands out to me really looking through it. Trample, always an interesting one. Does add an escape, sure, but you're missing that percent damage that we see picked up a lot on Azmodan. Other things, Flamethrower, I understand is a very good talent. However, if you're already going into full bombs, I wonder why not the Infinite Bomb. Area Crater is actually a very interesting pick, considering we normally see the Ignore Pain, but it did pay off in saying that. We did see people getting trapped quite a bit. One or two times their own teammates getting trapped in the Area Crater, but Area Crater still paid off in the long run. Otherwise, interesting to see. It's interesting to see Surge of Light more and more as time has gone on. Especially today. I haven't really seen it picked much, but I've casted about 4 or 5 Anduin games today, and I think it's been picked up in about 3 of them. Very interesting stuff. Other than that, Leoric went not Neo Peasants, they went Paralyzing Rage. Adding a lot of slow extra CC into the game, but yeah, they were already ahead on that siege. They did have a soak advantage, so interesting. The thing that I do have to nitpick most actually is Fealty Unto Death. I've only just seen it now. A lot of people pick Ossian Renewal, as it does have an extra burst healing in fights, and it looks like Leoric needed it a bit. As, yeah, sure, Fealty Unto Death does a lot. However, the Shrine minions don't count as enemy. Actually, do they count as minions? I don't actually know. But in the end, it didn't really seem to do enough, as I think the burst heal from Ossian may have been better. Anyway, as I was saying, here, have a look at the builds. If you like, try any of them out yourself, this is what you have. Anyway, let me throw it over to the map view, as we'll see how the series went. As we saw, we did see nice that Go Bork did win that first map not quite comfortably. It was a well-fought map, as well as that Volskaya map that was won by Trash Panda. It's still very close, but we did see reverse sweep taken by Trash Pandas, as that final map definitely went in favor of did definitely go in favor by Trash Pandas, as I believe it was 6 buildings to 0 by the end. But all in all, both teams did very well. And I think both have definitely had good points and points that they may need to work on. Anyway, that is me for this series and actually the evening, as it was my 3rd cast for the night. And actually that will get me in striking range for my 30th cast in just 2 days' time, with being my first live cast in such a long time. Anyway, no worries. It's been wonderful having an audience. And as I like to say at the end of all my casts, everyone, no matter where you are, have a good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. And I'd see you all in the Nexus. Goodbye.